Hey, welcome back. Or if you're new, welcome. This is the place where you learn to draw, see some rapid improvement, and have some fun doing it. I'm Andre, and this is the Art Files. Now, just to recap, all you need to follow this class is a basic drawing or sketchpad and some simple drawing materials. Now, I like to draw with Prismacolor because it doesn't smudge, and this is Prismacolor Very Thin. And then you can use a regular Prismacolor. This is a little harder, easier to have detail, or a pencil, technical pencil, ballpoint, doesn't really matter. And if you're drawing on an iPad, it will be the same. So today we're going to continue with our lesson of drawing the human head. We're using a very easy, basic way to set up the initial form so all the details fall into place as you draw it. Now, if you missed the first lesson, you might want to go back and look at that and subscribe so you don't miss any future lessons. So anyway, back to our circle. So last time we started here and we set up a circle and we divided it into 3 spaces, and then we drew a couple of different shaped faces and more chiseled, softer, and divided them all the same way. And we learned how to put in the cheeks, the side, the bridge of the nose, and where the nose goes and all that. So today we are going to go a little bit further and start adding some more details, or not details, but dividing this into this. So let's set it up again. We start with our circle. And like I said last time, a lot of people go, oh, well, I can't draw a circle. And I said, well, that's because you haven't practiced it. Nobody can draw a circle right off the bat. You have to fill a couple of pages with circles just to build some muscle memory. So if you can't draw a circle, you can always trace a glass or something, but spend 10 minutes filling pages with circles. What we're drawing is this. But this is the human head, brow line, center of the face. But we're doing it straight from the front just to make it simpler in the beginning. So we're going to take and divide this into a simple cross. Then we're going to cut the sides off. Now we have this. We had this and we took the side off. So now we are going to, this is the brow line, this is important. Put it across here because everything's going to have to follow the tilt of this. We divide this into 3, roughly, and then we're going to divide this into 3, and then we're going to add another section down here. So this center line is also very important. Now, like we said last time, this top point is your hairline. This is your brow line. This is the bottom of the nose. And this is the bottom of the chin. So we cut the sides off. So now you see we basically have very simple measurements. We're going to take this down. We're going to decide that the chin is this wide, and we're going to just connect the dots. Now we know that the space here between the brow and the nose is where the ear is going to sit. On both sides. And we know that if we take, so this is 1, 2, 3, and if we take this bottom third and divide it into 3, this is where the mouth is going to be. And from this top point to the bottom, halfway is where the eyes are going to be. Now, if so now we're going to go down here and we're going to take from the corner of the chin and just go up to the ear. And from here down to the chin. And then from about here and about here, we're going to go up to the side of the head. And then we are going to just put in the bridge of the nose right here. So this is basically as far as we went in the last lesson. So today we're going to start and add a little more to this abstraction. We're just going to keep subdividing it down so everything kind of fits into place. One of the easiest ways to do that is to start like this, and then on the eye line, we're going to start dividing that up. Into 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is the basic size of the eyes. Some people have smaller eyes, some people have bigger eyes. But this right here is where the eyes are going to sit. And this is important. Let's put in some pupils. And this is the nose. And from the corner of the eye straight down, this is generally the width of the nose. This is where the mouth sits. And from the center of the eye straight down is generally where the corner of the mouth is. So we have this square structure in here between the eyes, the square where the nose sits, and the mouth. So let's do a little bit more nose today, like I promised. And maybe we just see the little bit of the bottom of the nose, and then we're just going to attach it to the bridge. And then this is the kind of corner of the eye, so the nose, sides of the nose, we're just going to indicate them like this. Add the little dimple here. And then we can just add the lip. And we can put the little chin in. So now we have a bit of a more basic structure. And we can add the eyes, just and just a little bit of the eyelid so he doesn't look so surprised. Now the eyebrows basically also start right in here, and they start from the underside of the brow line and they go up like this to this corner. And incidentally, this corner kind of hits the side of the eye. So everything is fitting together. Once the eyebrow goes up here, it tends to have to change direction. That's why eyebrows look like they do. Up, and then it changes direction. Now let's put in a little bit of a smile. Corners of the mouth. And just indicate lip and lower lip. No space, top of the chin. Now we're going to add some more features here, because about here, this is the bulb of the nose. Here we have something called the muzzle, which is a circle that protrudes slightly out because your teeth has to fit inside here. Now this is the line you see on people. You often see a little shadow right here on the side of the nose, right? In older people and whatnot. And here, since we have this structure, it's very easy to just add a little nostril in there. There we go. And now there's actually another circle which starts up here that you sometimes see in people. You sometimes see a crease right here. That's going to go around like this. And we are also going to add up here, sometimes, especially in men, there will be a little ridge, like down and then out a little bit, right there. And there's this up here in the skull, sometimes there's a plate up here that sometimes you can see more of. Sometimes people have a little bit of a roundness up here. And sometimes they'll have a little dimple right there. And now we know that this is the hairline, and the hair grows here. And you see people that have, very short hair. You see the hair grows here, it grows over here, and then it has to change, and it grows down the side of the head and down here to the ear. Same on the other side. Then it goes on the side of the head, like that. Back, 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 back. And the ears are right in here. Now, you see that without even drawing a human head, just by setting up these proportions, we almost have a finished drawing. And you also, when you learn these landmarks and how they interact, it gets a lot harder to draw the eyes in the wrong place and the mouth in the wrong place, because everything, as you can see, this abstraction locks everything into place, and by the time you place everything, then adding detail, so to speak, is not very difficult. And we're going to go in and focus on the specific anatomy of the eye and the nose and such later. But the placement of all these in the correct place is much more important than trying to figure out the cartilage of the nose right now. Now, of course, we're drawing a very generic head, and people have bigger eyes, they have wider noses slightly, but if the skull is set, it doesn't move. I mean, only the jaw moves. And people, if you took the skull and said it was made of rubber, you could make it a little narrower, a little squash it a little bit, but the volume and these measurements are very consistent with each other. They don't change very much. So once you know these placements, then you adapt those to the narrower face, the wider nose, slightly bigger eyes, bushier eyebrows, longer hair, whatever you want. So let's go through it one more time. So we divide our bowl, the brow line, and the center line. So it should maybe be a little lower. And then once again, roughly 3, 1, 2, 3, cross, 1, 2, 3, and then one more. We take the sides off and the sides off. And then we just come down and let's make this more of a superhero look, more chiseled jaw. the sharper you make the angles, the more superhero people tend to look. And we know that this is the bottom of the nose. We know that this is the hairline. And if this is the brow line and this is the bottom of the nose, from straight on, the ear is going to have to sit right there. And same on the other side. Now we can put in base of the nose, and we'll put in the center point, which is just a little bit above the halfway point of this. We can divide this into, whoops, approximately, let's just define this a little better. This is the center, approximately 5. Sometimes people have a little more space in between here. Sometimes the eyes are bigger and they go out and there's like there's less space out here. Those are variables. But it's important to learn these basic landmarks, and then once you learn them, then you can start messing around with them. So level, and then we can draw in a little pupil. Now, again, down here, we divide this one into thirds. A little lower. And we come straight down from the center of the eye to the corner of the mouth. Can put in that little dimple in the nose, and we can just see the underside of the nose. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Then corner of the chin up to the ear, corner of the ear down to the chin. Now you can see while I'm doing this, I'm not doing it exactly the same way as I'm doing this, because once you know the structure, you can start with the ears, you can start with the eyes, or you can just, go back and forth. That's why you need to memorize this. It's more of a chiseled square superhero guy. And then again, the eyebrows are going to start underneath the brow line and go up, just kind of like that. And then they're going to move over, start underneath, and then they have to change direction as the skull changes direction. The muzzle is going to fit right in here. And the chin's going to fit in here. Sides of the nose, sides of the nose. And let's put in this other circle too. You see it in some people, and sometimes there's a crease here too. Bottom of the lip, cleft in the cheek, and again the hair has to follow the shape of the skull, over here and then down the sides, over here and then down the sides. The And then a little lock of hair. And again, same structure, two very different types of people. Maybe if this is more Superman, maybe he is wearing glasses right now. So that is today's lesson. Practice setting up these abstractions. I've included a PDF below that you can download as a link. And subscribe if you like this, and tell your friends.